that's how they did it.
Now, Tom, I think you brought up the point. Chapter 2 of Angie's book, Summer Hockey, Chapter 2, Graham James, Where Were the Parents? And in that book, her brother who wrestled went to camp with Graham James. She writes about it in the book, to try out at Moose Jaw. They were from Moose Jaw. The family grew up there. And he was very uncomfortable with Graham, and he pulled himself out of the program. 16-year-old boy. Very uncomfortable. Now, I believe in the book she describes an experience that he witnessed being interviewed by Graham that I won't share on this videotape, but it's the kind of thing that I don't think he told anybody at the time except the family, and nobody spoke up about it. But it happened. And I think the problem is people don't speak up about those kind of things, because what he did with him as a 16-year-old was shocking in my mind. And the fact that people won't say anything, they don't speak out, that's the issue. Like, there's things that you have to speak out on. So him not being assaulted, but you have to read the book chapter 2 to really appreciate, wow, that really happened. And of course, he went on, wrestled a couple of Olympics, didn't choose to play hockey, but he read the situation where the two players that suffered under his exposure couldn't react. They put up with it to try to play hockey at the highest level. So I think
I probably know a lot more about the Graham James thing than a lot of people, because obviously I knew Graham, and I've coached players that he had coached previously. I know some RCMP officers that were involved in this. There was a lot more than two players, and there was a lot more happened long before he was in Moose Jaw that should have been reported, that wasn't reported. And at the time, people would not speak up, or when they were asked to lay charges, were afraid to lay charges. So this goes back. There's a lot of people that should have spoken up that didn't, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. And it's awful. I mean, some of the things that I know of that are just unspeakable, to be honest with you. And how he got away with this for as long as he did is beyond me.
Well,
and I coached Troy Kennedy, Sheldon's older brother, as well, and that whole family is I don't know if they'll ever recover from some of this stuff, but I'm certainly not an expert on it. But it's been a tough, long road for a lot of those people.
And those are the things that are, serious, extremely serious. Like, they've harmed people. And when we're talking ethical coaching, we're talking minor hockey, and, is whacking a kid on top of the head with your hockey stick serious? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And is sitting a kid when he's 8 years old, is driving 300 kilometers to play games at 8 years old, that valuable. So I'm curious about Kim's circumstance in her association of tiering the teams differently at that age group and competing internally versus competing externally and putting all those extra pressures on people. Those are ethical decisions that have to be made, and I think there has to be more sensibility there.